I won Best PR Sports Picks. He's Mike Brenner. I'm Peter Loshak. We are the odds couple. It's week 11 in the NFL. Mike Brenner, and today is Wednesday, November 16th.
It's Wednesday,
in
Pistol
the midst
Pete.
of
Last
the
night
chaos.
was Tuesday night. You talk about chaos. Costa Rica 4-0 over United States. Nitro Garage, Pete. We had the biggest party, and I know you were busy. Oh my God,
Yeah.
We had 4 different tweets. There was about 55 people there. They had a cook, they had a bartender. It was amazing, and it was just the best time, buddy.
Really?
I'll show you the videos. Yeah, blew it up on Twitter. I cruised home in a 75 classic car. My neighbor cruised me home, and we did a video at the stadium as well.
That's awesome.
Absolutely, buddy. I had to get that out there. I'm living the damn dream down here.
You are. And maybe you'll be leaving the dream even a little bit more on Monday night because you like the Raiders. You gave them officially on the first half and the full game. Yep. And, the Raiders obviously a juggernaut. Well, I won't say a juggernaut, but an awesome team this year. Sure. Coming off a bye against Houston. We're talking with Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com. Today is Wednesday. We're going to see if he agrees with you. You see this as pretty much a no-brainer, right?
Well, I really don't think there's no such thing as as a no-brainer, but Del Rio really has his team believing. And when you have a young team, all right, that is impressionable, and you get them believing like they're playing like champions, it goes a long way. Texans just prove it on the road, and I can't wait to hear what Joe's got to say. But the Texans prove on the road they're a different team. As good as their defense is, they get they're in too much of a bind. They have to come from behind, and the defense is on the field too much on the road. And I don't think Osweiler has what it takes to turn it around this week. Not against this Oakland team that just beat the Super Bowl defending champions, and is probably feeling more confident, not cocky. And a good friend of mine said, you got to be cocky to be confident, by the way. But it is true. This team has nothing but confidence. And I think they're healthy, Pete. I think it's a no-brainer almost.
3 straight wins and covers for Oakland, then a bye. Now they're coming back. Seems like on paper, this is a good spot for them, even at -5.5 or 6. Joe Duffy, what's your take on it?
Well, it's ironic, Mike. Look, I've been doing videos, obviously, with Pete a lot longer, and we've discussed this during the Bowls and during March Madness, where you got to use the dictionary as a handicapping tool. Remember, this is not a road game. It's a neutral game. It's being played in Mexico City. Yeah. And I know a lot of people are pointing out that Oakland is much better on the road.
It's still home. That's home territory.
Yeah, it's fairly close. That's true. It's pretty close for both. They both border Mexico, so I don't know if there's really much of a neutral field advantage. But it's been proven a myth in other sports. The data is not there quite enough in the NFL. The people think that it's a road game for both teams. It is not. It is truly a neutral game. So the fact that Oakland is a much better road team is completely irrelevant. And I think there are a lot of people going to be, using bad information and going with Oakland. But remember, my golden rule: the NFL is the #1 sport when it comes to regression to the mean, and an angle we've won with many times. That basically says a team with a much worse turnover ratio and a worse record is 459 and 415. Houston's having a good year. They are winning games ugly, and when you're getting points, I'll take a team that wins games ugly or can keep it close. And the Texans, they hold teams to 0.8 yards per play, below their normal average. This is a pretty darn good defense, even without J.J. Watt. I think Houston keeps this game close.
Really? So Joe Duffy leaning Houston +6. What do you think about that one, Mike Brenner?
A hell of a breakdown right there. And I do. My concern, even though it's not in Oakland's backyard, okay, it's just Houston is a different team on the road no matter where they go. So however far they have to travel, when they walk out their stadium door, all right, that's considered the road for them. And they just haven't proven it to me yet. Now, again, and he touched on some really good things, though. This is a defense without J.J. Watt that's doing what they do. But I got a feeling they're going to be on the field a hell of a lot longer than they have been against other teams. And momentum for me and emotion, all right, had it not been a big win for Oakland last week, I might be saying, wait a minute, because I'm thinking differently here. But they really looked so good for 4 quarters against the defending champions. A great defense, okay? And I'll take Denver's defense any day over Houston's in a minute. All right, bottom line, no, it ain't happening. I'm going head-to-head, Joe.
Right, okay. Joe Duffy and Mike Brenner going head-to-head. Joe Duffy, before you gave your plug, you want to rebut anything that Mike Brenner just said?
Well, again, I think it's properly labeled when people talk about a home field advantage. It truly is a home field advantage, not a road field disadvantage. So this is not a road game for them. And also, Oakland, as I've said many times, people, when they handicap rest in the NBA and buys more so in professional football than in college, realize when a team is playing well, they don't actually want to buy. It can slow down their momentum. And I do have a pretty good angle that says the colder team that is not off of a bye, and they're not a big favorite, and that includes being an underdog, against a team that's playing well and is off of a bye is 27-15. So that would favor Houston. But again, it is truly a home field advantage, not a road field disadvantage. This is a neutral game. It's not a home game. It's not a road game for anybody.
All right, we have a head-to-head. Joe
And
Duffy.
we do, and I got to ask him, hey, Joe, all right, you and I talked off camera. Joe has a beautiful Indian waitress that he, visits at this restaurant, and we have a beautiful Costa Rican woman down here that we visit here, all right, that does some modeling for us and so forth. So, hey, whichever way this wins, maybe we can just kind of, I'll fly there, or you can fly here, and I'll go eat some Indian food.
Hey, let me tell you something, folks. I've been to Costa Rica, and the women down there are absolutely beautiful. I was rooting against them last night. You guys did. The Costa Ricans won fair and square, but the women in Costa Rica are absolutely beautiful.
Fantastic.
All right, thanks, Joe.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you, gents.
Go to SBRodds.com. Browse, compare, and shop live odds available at top online sportsbooks.